Over the years, there have been many unusual sightings of craft and orbs of light in the Vale of Pewsey. But in 2004, an exceptional event happened on Knapp Hill just behind me here by two Norwegian ladies who witnessed many strange anomalous lights on this very night. But also, amazingly enough, just behind me here below the White Horse, there was a party of French researchers who filmed part of this stunning event on the 22nd of July. I was able to get a glimpse of the French video, which was of great interest and helped to confirm the incredible events that were witnessed by Irene, Leanne and Guruk Parvanova on the night of the 22nd of July. Very shortly after their extraordinary evening, I took them back to Knapp Hill from where they had looked out to Woodbury Hill. I asked them to record the events of that evening. Can you explain to us exactly the first event on this particular evening on the 22nd of July?
When we came here, we saw this orange light, quite large, on the right of Woodbury Hill. It was stationary. And then after a while, its second light came next to the orange light. But it came and it went. But it was like coming and then staying for a few seconds and then it went. And then, after a long period of time, a third light came. It was in the middle of those two, a bit above, so it was like a triangular. But the third light was much fainter, and it came in the end. But the orange light was there all the time, and the orange light was moving, hopping up, then going to the left, then going down. But the other two lights, they were at the same spot all the time.
And this event was below the horizon, you felt?
Yeah. Yes, it was below the horizon. But first we thought it was a street light, but it was too big to be a street light. And then we thought it was a car, but it couldn't have been a car.
And this first event carried on throughout the 1.5 duration?
Yes, it did. But in the end, just before we left, suddenly it was gone. And we didn't know when it went, but suddenly it was not there anymore.
So Irene, we moved to the second event on this particular night. Now this was actually a funnel of light, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a funnel of light. You see where the gate is over there? It was a funnel. It was like pink, orangey. It was kind of blurred. And it was standing up here from the sky. It was going slowly down. So I rushed to the car to get the camera, but when I came back, it was gone.
So it had a shape almost like you see the twisters in America,
yeah.
But it had some luminosity to it.
Yes, it was just pure light.
And then you lost sight of it below the actual hilltop?
Yes, it just went down in the horizon.
And how long was this sighting for?
I don't know, 5, 10, 15 minutes, 5, 10 minutes. Something like that.
So after the actual funnel light you saw behind you, there was also an amazing event over the Pewsey Downs. Can you explain to us what actually happened there?
There was a rectangular light, kind of looking, I don't know, like a box. It was like shaped rectangular, and it was also pink, pinkish. And it was quite huge.
And was it a solid object, a solid light?
It was light, pure light. It had blurred endings. And then it became wider in the end. But it stayed there for quite some time.
And where do you feel the whole event took place? Was it very close to where we see formations today, at the White Horse?
I'm new to this area, so I'm not familiar. I think it might have been that over there, yes.
And obviously on this night you had quite a close encounter with a light over Knapp Hill. If you can describe to us what happened there.
We saw the lights. First of all, I thought it was blinking stars. It was stars, but then they started to move. And we saw it through the fence, so it was quite low down. It was going like, not straight in a straight line, but quite irregular, like hopping away. Then it just faded away, and it was several lights doing that. It was like small stars moving.
Was it in like a chain? A chain
No,
of light?
no, it wasn't like, no. It wasn't like that.
And in what direction did it move off to?
That way. That direction. In the sky.
Right, away to the Lockeridge area, which is behind us now.
Yes. Yeah.
So Irene, we moved to the finale, and this was a blinking light, wasn't it? Very close to you over the tops of Knapp Hill. Can you explain to us the events of this particular sighting?
Suddenly we were kind of drawn to this huge light. This I don't know what to call it. It was a quite huge light, and it was like blue in the middle. It was like X-ray around, you know, like rays coming out in the end. And it was huge. It was just standing there, quite still. And then my friend grabbed my arm, and she was, ooh, and it was there, and then it started moving, like pulsating way, like that, stopping, moving away, going like that, and then suddenly just faded away over there.
And in what direction did this object come?
It was, we don't know, it was suddenly, it was there.
It just suddenly appeared?
It suddenly appeared, yeah, out of nowhere, and because I think we were drawn to it, and it was very like focusing on where we stood.
And how long do you think this sighting happened for?
I don't know, 5, 10, couple of minutes. I'm not sure, because we were here for like 1.5 hours, and everything happened so. It was so much that happened. So sorry, I can't.
And on this particular night, there was extra witnesses to this particular sighting you had.
Yes, we talked to somebody the day after, and some people at the barge inn had seen a blue light in the sky.
Thank you. So Gurk, you were also on this particular night with Irene, but you had a strange malfunction on the camera while the funnel of light was taking place. Can you explain to us what actually happened to your camera and the events which happened after this particular sighting?
Yes. Well, first of all, as Irene explained, we were looking at the orange lights over there and other lights around, and then suddenly I turned around and I saw this funnel or pipe of light over there, and we didn't have any camera or anything. We just wanted to take a photo, and then Irene just ran to the car. The car is at the far end of the parking lot, so it took quite a while for her to stumble around in the dark. It's not even the ground here. I would say she came back after some 5-10 minutes with my camera. And this is an old camera. It's mechanical in every way, but it's a very good camera. I used to have very nice pictures with it. And I was very sorry when I wanted to take the picture of those orange lights, because this light had fainted in the meantime. So I just did like this, and I didn't see anything. It was blurred like threads, as if the lens was broken. And I just tried to look again, and I gave the camera to Irene so that she could do this. She could take the camera and take a picture, and she said, "But I can't see anything." And then I was absolutely sure that my lens had either got that there was some moisture in it, or that the lens was broken. And I didn't think much more about it, but the next morning when I looked at it, it was okay.
So you felt this particular night had some sort of malfunction, causing some sort of malfunction on the camera?
It must have, because the camera was quite all right before and after this event here.
So Gert, can you explain to us the finale on this particular night, the very last sighting you had with Irene on the tops here?
Yes, I saw it first when it came over there, and in the beginning, I just saw that it was moving in a strange staccato way, you know, like this. It was not very high up, and I felt that it was rather close. Then I saw that, and I took Irene's arm, and I was really excited, and I probably shouted, and I said, "Look at this!" And I saw a big orb or ball of light, but it might have been not just light. I cannot tell, but it was very solid to me, but very shiny, and it had a center as the star Sirius, but much bigger than the star, but the same color more or less, and this bluish light radiating out, but the edge I felt was very shiny white. And when it suddenly stopped right over there, and I just felt that here something is happening. This is really strange and great. I have never had anything like this experience in my life. This is great.
So it was a really powerful experience for you this whole evening with these 5 events.
Mm-hmm. But this finale was the most fantastic thing I have ever experienced, I think, in this kind of things.
So you were literally in the right place at the right time.
Probably.
As we walked down the hill to visit the nearby formation, I have to say I have been struck by their openness and sincerity, and had to conclude that I personally believe they witnessed an extraordinary series of events.